Let's move along now to our next guest. Can't imagine how she's feeling. Second time in a little over a year, she has a title fight taken away from her in a matter of hours before the event. She called it from the beginning. Even on Thursday, when I spoke to her at the media day, she said she'll only believe that her opponent, the then flyweight champion of the UFC women's division, Nicco Montaño, she only believed that the fight would be happening if she saw her standing across from her in the cage on Saturday night. In the end, it did not materialize. Montaño withdrew on Friday morning, and Valentina Shevchenko once again was left without a title fight. She's kind enough to be joining us right now on the phone. Valentina, how are you?
Hello, Ariel. I'm fine. Thank you.
I really appreciate you doing this. And again, I can't imagine how you're feeling after this happening for a second time in a little over a year. Could you describe the moment that you heard that this fight was getting called off? Because, again, you had been saying all along that you didn't believe it would happen. But then once you heard that it was a reality, how did you feel?
It was like I already started to actually believe that it's happening. And I will, step into the octagon on Saturday night. And when I heard that, no, I could not believe it. Again, no, it's something that I was really expecting, and I start to have in my mind that maybe a replacement, maybe something like other options we can find, and so it was early morning that I received this, not so early, a little bit before 9, before the official weigh-in. So I was finishing my training, losing last pound for official weigh-in. So I just I was thinking, okay, I will go to the scale and do my my job, to show up, to weigh in, and to see maybe UFC will have any replacement for me to make this fight happen. So I was hoping till the very, very last moment that they will be able still find some opponent, some replacement for me. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. So now I will just wait again a little bit more, and hopefully we will have some name soon for the fight for the title, and I will start my preparation after a little bit, and just with more motivation and more good mood, go into it and wait for the opportunity to show everything from me.
Do you agree with the UFC's decision to strip Nicco?
Yes, I agree with the decision, and I think it's totally right because like I say, what is the main purpose of the fighter, of the person who was contracted under UFC? It's to fight. It's not build the name. It's not create stories, not to speak with the media, but it's also important for the fighter. But the main purpose, the first, what she has to do, is to fight. Be able to show up and make her weight for the title fight, for any fight, to make the weight, to do everything that she has to do, and finally to show up in the octagon. And if the fighter, she cannot hold this pressure, because yes, of course, it's a lot of pressure from every side, from media, from opponent, from everyone. If you cannot hold it, if you are still not ready, you have to step out. You have to step out from all this business and make people do their business, what they are really want to do, and who are ready to fight, ready to do all responsibilities. Be more professional and much responsible for your actions, for every action.
Nicco posted something on Instagram yesterday. I just want to read you a quick part of it and get your response. She said, "This was the only time I signed a contract, so the statements that this egomaniac Valentina has said are completely false and nowhere near the truth. Her idea of reality is so far-fetched. So the fact that she trained for me 3 times must mean a couple of things. She's obsessed with me, and she has too much time on her hands. Not only has she been disrespectful and jealous of my efforts and accomplishments, also blocking me first on Instagram during her first fight at 125, but the fact that she takes pride in kicking a person while they're going through surgery and having their kidneys shut down truly demonstrates what a martial artist should not demonstrate." What do you think of that?
Oh, you know, it's the second time for this day when I heard this quote, but it makes me laugh so much because now she has all time in the world to speak, create her stories, to invent facts. Everything what she wants to do, she can do it now because now she don't have to face me, she don't have to fight me, and she can feel a little like more free to express her words and speak. It looks like her favorite thing. So first of all, like about before for the fight, it's totally false. It's not true because who she is the one who chose this date, September, because when we just starting to speak about possible fight for the title, her team they said Nicco can be ready for end of the May and or beginning of June. And of course, when I hear this that she can be ready for this date, I start my preparation. Okay, but like UC wanted to make it happen a little bit later, and then they sent me contract for July 28th. I signed my part, so I had contract, and why I don't have to start my preparation? I sign it. Okay, yeah, but she is the one who started to, at that moment, started to speak about International Fight Week, July. Even having like July 28th, she started to speak and brought up this July 7 International Fight Week. Okay, doesn't matter. But after when already like we were speaking about July 28th, she turned out it and said she who posted on social media, Valentina, let's do it September 8th. And I said like, okay, I can wait. I was waiting for 6 months. I can wait 1 month more. So was the reality. Now she is messed up everything to changing facts, creating her own story, and more like interesting that she's starting to believe in her own stories. It's so funny. It's very funny. But you know how I say like the action of the person is showing who is she. The action is the most important. If you are like speaking good, it's good. Yeah, you are a good person. You can speak good. Nothing take out everything from you from this. But if you cannot do your job, your main job, be on the weight and fight, you cannot say nothing because that action is action. And this is like the reason why she was stripped out from UC. Now she is saying about like, okay, I need more time to make me lighter and feel me comfortable to walk in this way. How long she needs? 1 year, 2 years, 3 years? How long she won't hold the belt for nothing and like just speak, not doing any action? For how long? And it doesn't work this way. It doesn't work like this because this is top level competition. It's different level of competition here. It's a high level competition. If you cannot hold this pressure, I say just step out. If you are not ready for this, step out. Don't do the complications. Don't do the problems for everyone. For organizations who are giving you everything, who are giving you like the most that you can ask. Just don't confuse people, not fans who are wanted to see the fight, not make it like unprofessional. These actions, it's totally unprofessional and irresponsible. It's not the way how real athletes, real fighters acting.
Valentina, do you believe that she had a problem with her kidneys, that she had trouble making weight, or do you feel like she looked for a way out?
Like showing up in the fight week, being 20 pounds over, it's totally irresponsible. And I see the only one reason why the person do it. And we are speaking about girls. We are speaking about female body. It's, okay, maybe boys, they are different. They can cut like 15, 20 pounds in like this short time. But girls, they cannot do it. And every girl, she knows it. Everyone knows that 20 pounds, it's too much. And be such irresponsible. It's being totally unprofessional. Okay, if you are cutting for one night so much weight, maybe it will provoke some like health issues. But the question, why? Why you are like knowing that it's not good for your health, and you will not be able to make the cut weight good and smooth for you? Why you are holding this situation till this moment? Why? This is the most important question. And I think like even she's speaking like she's speaking right now and like crying that now everyone like have a fault. Everyone have fault that she could not make a weight. But who is the number one responsible for making the weight cut good for you? It's an athlete. She knows her body. She knows the body how it's reacting, and she knows everything about her. And it's totally like false that now she is speaking that it was surprise for her that it was too much weight for her. It's not true. And like speaking like this, and it's just showing that the actions that she did, it's totally unprofessional.
Is the UFC taking care of you? Will you be paid for last weekend?
Yes, I know that my manager, Roger, he was speaking with UFC, and they taking care of everything. So about this part, I never was worried because if they are saying we are taking care of you, they will take care of you. And usually they are have a good care about their athletes.
Do you have any idea what that means, taking care of? Like how much you're getting your full purse, half of your purse? Do you have any idea?
I'm not worried about this at all. For me, I'm worried about the name.
Uh-huh.
This is what important for me, the name, and sooner I will have the name, sooner I will start my preparation, because I'm a fighter. I'm not here just to speak with the media and spend all my time in this one. But I say every time it's very important for a fighter. She and he, they, everyone has to do it. But the main purpose is to fight, and I'm here to fight, and I can't wait to step in the octagon and to fight. For me, it doesn't matter who will be in front of me, because I'm a real fighter and I want to show all my skills. I want to show my art for everyone who supports me and make them happy.
Would you ever accept another fight against Nicco, or at this point you're moving on forever?
I'm moving on. And if in some point she will show that she deserves this fight, that she really know where she's going, and she is ready for this fight, I think she is just not ready for this fight. But if in the future she will show it, I will think about it, because for now I can see only one thing. She's not only ready for this fight, but everything that she gets, it was too soon for her, and she just not ready for all of this. Not just fight. I'm not speaking only about the fight. I'm speaking about the pressure, responsibility, and everything that come together with the belt of UFC.
I wrote on Friday night, Valentina, that to me there's only one option to get this division on track. And what I mean by on track is there's been 2 title fights in the division's history. And before the first one in December, Sijara Eubanks failed to make weight. And before the second one, the champion failed to make weight. And I think that they need some time to build up the division. You certainly deserve and have earned a shot at the belt. And I feel like there's only one other person against you that can help get this division on track, and that's Joanna Jędrzejczyk, who they talked about having move up to 125, who is not going to get a third crack at Rose Namajunas. There's a history between you two. Do you agree that the fight that makes the most sense, the biggest fight, the fight that gets this division on track, is you versus Joanna in MMA for the first time?
I am ready for everyone, and you say exactly, and I was repeating several times, we already have our history with Joanna and in Muay Thai, but also we can start our history in MMA under UFC rules. So why not? Why don't do this fight? And even all fans, they wanted to see this fight. And of course, the division has to move. Division has to fight, and the belt has to be in the play. It's the belt. It's not just to hold. It's not like just to stay in and like showing like here I am staying. No. It has to play, and for sure, I think their like fight for the belt. It has to happen before the end of the year. It's like I have no doubt. And I will gladly fight Joanna because she is really professional fighter, and she has like all kinds that fighter has to have. And it will be very nice fight, very excited fight, very expected fight for every people, every person, and every fan of martial arts.
Do you feel like that's the best option, or is there someone else on your mind?
I don't think about like names because I really don't care. I'm not every name that UFC will bring me, I will accept because I don't care who fights. It's not no one forced me to fight with anyone. I'm ready for anyone. Doesn't matter who it will be. I'm ready. If you are ready, you are ready. So it's not depends who will be in front of you.
Have they told you when they would like for you to fight? Dana said on Friday that they were already working on, you getting back in there and finally fighting for that belt. Have they told you when they're trying to make this happen?
I don't have a date yet. I don't have a month yet. So if it would be just depends on me, I would like to fight the sooner the better. I would like to fight tomorrow, after tomorrow. So I'm ready. But not everything like depend on me, and it also depend on my opponent or about her preparation. So truly and more reality, I expected fight to be some days in November, December.
Okay. He also said that they were working on someone in particular. Do you know who that is?
No. I still don't know nothing because it's past just like so last time. It's just a little time since everything was happened this weekend. So I think to have more details on this week, by the end of this week, I think we will have something more worked out.
It's very rare for a fighter to go through this twice in the span of a year. You just went through it with Amanda Nunes 2 Julys ago. Did that experience help you deal with this a little better?
I never go in with my mind in too deep in these things, because if you are will start to think and leave all these emotions, it will put you back. It will it every time will hold you and without letting you move forward. And just like emotionally, I already pass it, and I keep moving me forward. I already start to focus me on my future. I start to focus me on the things what I have right now. So I don't take too much close to me to what this happened. Of course, it's like all these days of preparation, all these months of preparation, all this time of hard training. I pass it, but now I will rest a little bit. I will take energy back to me, and with more motivation and more dedication, I will start to prepare for the next fight. And for sure, I know one thing, that for next fight, I will be better that I am right now. So each experience, doesn't matter what kind of experience, it make me better and better every day.
Last thing for you, Valentina, and again, thank you so much for coming on the show once again. I'm sorry it's under these circumstances, but it's always great to talk to you. What, if anything, is your message to Nicco Montaño? She loves our show. She listens every week. What would you say to her right now?
No, I don't want to say her nothing, because for me it's already a step that I did. I make the step, and she's already on my path. I already focus on new things. And she can do whatever she wants to do. She can have all the time that she wants to do, to create her stories, to invent facts, to mess everything up. And I have no doubt that she will do everything like this. But for me, I'm keeping forward and I'm moving forward. I focus on my future actions. But the one thing that I want to say is I want to say thank you very much to each fan of mine for their support. I know that a lot of people, they was coming to this fight. They was expecting to see me fight and hold this belt. And I feel very frustrating for them. And I'm more upset for them than for me. And one time again, I just want to say thank you very much for all your support. I know it's for sure it's very important for me to have all of you on my side, and I can't wait the opportunity to show my skills, my martial art on the next fight and make everything good and just make them happy.
Thank you very much, Valentina. You're a professional. You're a class act. I'm sorry this happened once again, but I'm looking forward to seeing you finally fight for that belt later on this year. Appreciate you doing this.
Thank you very much, Ariel. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Same to you. There she is, the Bullet, Valentina Shevchenko, the queen without a crown. She ends up not fighting on Saturday, and I know a lot of the female flyweight fighters, and we could talk about this on the post-show, are mad at me for saying that there's only one option to get this division on track, and that's Joanna. I mean, she's a former champion. She just won. It's not like she's coming off a loss. And let's not pretend like there isn't this history of someone coming from another weight class and getting an immediate title shot. I brought up Frankie Edgar, who lost twice to Benson Henderson, and then he ended up fighting Jose Aldo at UFC 156. Of course, we know about Conor. This isn't the craziest idea of all time. This division is 9 months old. There's been 2 title fights. Both have been marred by weight class or weight-cutting issues. Some of the other fighters need to get some wins, get some momentum, get some attention behind them. And let's just call it like we see it. There were some fighters who were calling out Valentina on Friday to gain some attention, but weren't ready and willing to take that fight on 24 hours notice. And that's just the truth. And it didn't make much of a ripple. The Joanna fight would be the biggest fight. She's talked about going up to 125. She's a former champion, one of the winningest female fighters in UFC history. She's coming off a win over a great fighter. Bump her up and let's go. That's the biggest fight. It's no disrespect, but that's the biggest fight, and there's no doubt about it.